Hi, here's a special Map Business Online presentation for Allison. We're going to import your converted territories from MapPoint into Map Business Online. They're based on census tracts. We had to go in and do some adjustments because it had been so long since MapPoint had updated FIPS codes and census tracts. The first thing you're going to want to do perhaps is turn on the state layer, and you can go into that state layer and make it just not filled so that you have reference boundaries. The next thing you're going to want to do is go to the map layers and choose the census tracts, which will be listed here. I've already picked it, and it's here in Map Business Online, ready to be turned on and utilized. And then up here on the master toolbar, we're going to click Create Territories, and we're going to navigate to where that data is, and I'll just use my quick select. And we're going to import that. So you can see there's a bunch of geographies that are coming in up to 7,000. And again, FIPS codes changed in, it looks like 2013 and 2015. And a lot of what your original material would have been based on would have been 2008 FIPS codes. So let's see how we do bringing this in. It does take, for the amount of territories you've got, which I think you said was 300 plus, it takes a little bit. So we'll pull from that MapPoint file. That's the sheet number. And what do we got here? Let's go back. I'm going to look at the data real fast over here, and I'm going to see that it's T. So we're going to pull from T. T must stand for territory. So we can see in the preview, we've got census tract, county, state, region, territory, original FIPS, matched, new FIPS, and that's going to be our key column. And then we're going to look for the territory name, which is going to be this territory right there. So right here, we're going to go down and choose new FIPS. That's going to be our, and I apologize, I clicked on the wrong one. I looked up and then I looked down and I grabbed the wrong column. There it is. And then we're going to move. You can see I left state selected because state is not unique when you're dealing with census tracts and FIPS codes. So you could have a census tract number 100 in multiple states. We click next, and then territory name is exactly what you've got. And then here we're going to go census tract, I believe. Yep, that's the only option. State, county, zip code, or census tract. So let's see what happens. Come on, 7. So we're processing a whole bunch of territories into Map Business Online. You can see you've got quite a few. So we're going to want to do something about labels. 337 territories were created. And first thing I'm going to do is get rid of that little legend. The territories are currently populating, and they're behind all those crazy labels. So let's go in, and I believe we can turn off the labels. I'm going to remove all custom labels right there. So across the US, and you may or may not include Alaska and Hawaii in that. If you do include Alaska and Hawaii, you can pan back to get a wider view to see what might be going on up there in Alaska or down here in Hawaii. But based on the fact that you've got 327 counties, territories in here, it looks like they're spread out quite finely across the nation. The purple area is going to be those places that probably don't have territories in them. And you may want to go in based on each territory and change the coloring. You may have some color scheme that you want to adhere to, and we can certainly look at that. Let's zoom in a little bit. And you'll want to do your comparison between MapPoint and Map Business Online to just verify that these territories look the way you expect them to look. But you can see as we drill into New England that we're starting to see some territories. Let's go up here. I live in Maine. So let me just check out what you guys are doing here in Maine. So here you've got several different territories in one area. I'm guessing that's right around the city of Portland. And if you wanted cities as a reference, you can go up here and grab the city name. You could do the city limits as well, but let's just grab the city name. And that brings it in. And certainly it is Portland. You could make the territories transparent. There are some territorial controls here in Map and Data. You can go in and adjust the transparency if you feel that's something you'd like to see, like the actual data behind the territories, the map data. You can do that. You can allow the territories to overlap or intersect. I don't know that that's going to be pertinent in this analysis, and I'm going to turn that off for right now, but we can certainly turn that on again later, and we can go back to the census track and make the census tracks transparent as well. So that purple area will show a little bit more information. So let's make that transparent. But that all depends upon, what you're interested in seeing. You can see how the cities that I imported now are kind of cluttery. So we can turn that off and you can still see the cities behind it. Each individual territory has a color here. You can go into the data window view, and under census tracts, all of your territories are going to be shown here. And you can find any territory. So if you want to click on the territory, hold down the control key and click into your territory, and there is the name of the territory. So we could now go to Hayes and find that particular territory, Hayes Joseph, and that must be like a salesperson or something. And if you wanted to, you could go in and change your territory color just like that. And purple's probably not the best choice. Well, it's not too bad. So that's how you can go in and change those territory colors, just if that's, of consideration for you. And then panning back again, we can go in and see at different levels, we can see where the territories are. And I would guess that these territories are in urban areas, but I'm not, it's chiropractic stuff is what you guys do, so maybe it's just around certain population centers. I'm going to hold the control key down, and you see I can hold that control key and click the territory and get that name to come up. I'm going to leave it at that. Let's talk on the phone. Go to Map Business Online. You don't need to go to mapbusinessonline.com. You already bought it, but thank you very much, and we will talk to you shortly.